been noticed, but I do that kind of stuff sometimes.
Okay. Right. In the black. Yes.
I was wondering for Rachel and June, what was it like meeting each other's like families for the first time? Like,
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, she asked, what was it like for us meeting each other's families? I think it was extremely stressful for both of us. Because every Japanese family is different, and a lot of my foreign friends who married into Japanese families fortunately have like really open and like exciting like Japanese families. June's family is a little bit traditional. They're not like super strict or anything, but
my dad must be.
okay, his dad is really open, but his mom is pretty traditional. And so I was really nervous about making mistakes because I have to wear, you know, like this would be way too low cut. I definitely wouldn't wear these shorts to see his mom, so I had to be careful about what I wore. I was careful about how I sat. I was trying to be careful about what I would say and stuff because like the daughter-in-law is supposed to do very specific things, so she expected very specific things from me. So that was pretty stressful for me in the beginning, and especially because we really introduced like the fact that we were in a relationship to our parents in the worst way possible. Like we didn't tell them until we got engaged, and then we were like, hey, we're engaged, and he's coming to visit in like a week. And we both did that with our own families, so both of our families were like, what is going on right now? But his dad has worked for like the international side of his company a lot. He's been to a lot of different countries. He speaks a little bit of English, so he was very relaxed and like open to like me being a foreigner, and he got used to it very quickly. But he did like correct my Japanese at one point where when I was first introducing myself to him, I couldn't understand one thing he said, so I said, mo ikkai itte kudasai, which means please say it one more time. But mo ikkai is not the politest way to say it. It's better to say mo ichido. That also means like once more. And so he like corrected my Japanese and was like, you need to say it the polite way to me, like say it like this. And so that was for me, like with anxiety, like being corrected, I was just so like mortified, and it felt very strict to me. Whereas my family in America is very American family, so like as soon as you come into the family, my mom's like, call me mom! You know? Gives you a big hug, and it's like, make yourself at home, put your feet up on the couch and stuff. Like I wouldn't put my feet up on the couch in his family's house. So it's very different culturally. So I would say it doesn't really feel like I can relax as much at his home as I would be able to in my home in America. So what was it like for you meeting my family?
Just like Rachel just said, her mother was really friendly and very open, so she was very nice. When I met her dad, that was when I was really intimidated. And the first thing he showed me, or like introduced me, was his collection of his guns.
How about you to your dad? Pulled out his gun.
What a coincidence,
My dad has a giant safe.
Safe for guns, and he's like me, and when you open the door, the LED light up, and then you spin.
Oh my
Why are you showing me this now?
I knew he was going to say that.
So I was really.
Yeah, it's a very typical American dad safe.
I mean, I've never seen guns in real life, and like if your friend has one, then you should not be friends with them. It's freaking illegal. He should be arrested.
So I know it was corrected, but I was actually married to a Japanese woman for 15 years while we met in Japan, so I just want to tell a quick story. She didn't tell me I was meeting her parents. She said, let's go for a walk. And I went for a walk, and the walk ended up at her parents' house. And her dad worked for the Tokyo City government, so it was a little bit similar. He spoke English. Mom didn't. So he's giving me the Japanese father look of death. For 2 hours straight, while her mom is beating me enough to feed a small army, because I'm bigger than her brother, so I must eat more. But anyway, after 2 hours, out of nowhere, he just goes, "Do you know Elvis Presley?" And I'm like, "Not personally, no, but I'm from the South. I know who he is." And he goes, "Mm." So after that, he started opening the sake, and an hour and a half after that, he had me in a headlock singing Heartbreak Hotel. That was my introduction to Japanese parents. And then it wasn't my parents when we came here, it was my grandmother. They brought, my in-laws brought gifts from my grandparents, and my grandmother, who is the most southern woman on the planet, tugs my shoulder, tugs my sleeve and says, "How do I say thank you in Japanese?" I say, "Domo arigatou gozaimasu." She goes, "What?" I said, "Domo arigatou gozaimasu." She goes, "Oh hell, that's too hard. Don't know very much, y'all." Give this side room something like that, nothing.
So I'm actually going to Japan for the first weeks in August. It's my first time abroad, and in America we don't have the whole train transit system, and so that's kind of terrifying to me as a foreigner, because that's the main way I'm going to be getting around over there. So how difficult is it, and like what advice do you have for someone who's got no idea what to do?
Yeah, how difficult are the trains?
Are you gonna bring your smartphone with Google? You'll figure it out.
Most train stations will have maps where all of the station names are in English as well. It's pretty straightforward. Like the ticket machines will have an English option, the maps will have an English option. When you're on the train itself, depending on which train you get on, they might not have all of the route names or like all of the station names in English. So as long as you know how it's pronounced in Japanese and you can recognize when they say on the speakers, or if you can, like count out the stations so you know where you need to get to, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's difficult to get used to at all. Most of it's very straightforward. So you just have to be careful because some trains will like branch out. So not always getting on like the same side of, like if you get on a train on one platform, they don't always end up going in the same direction. So using Google Maps is really the easiest way to do it because it'll tell you exactly which train at what time you need to take.
I concur.
Right. In the orange. Yes.
So my husband had a degree in English and he applied for his job and we found out just yesterday that he got it.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes. I guess my question is, I've done YouTube before for several years, but I didn't mostly on YouTube. But I really want to get into it like that. But I also look for someone out there, so I also want to original or not. How do you do a person like keep going, keep high professional ideas, or like what process do you like, oh, I need to be on this idea. I don't know, please, my
So her question was like she's moving to Japan and she wants to start a YouTube channel and she's wondering how is it to constantly be coming up with like new and fresh ideas that like not everyone else has done and stuff. I would say first of all the most important thing is to make videos about what you want to make videos about. So what a lot of people do is they come to Japan and they see a lot of other people have made videos, so they just make the same exact types of videos, like just a daily vlog or something. That's totally okay. If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. If you want to set yourself apart, like if you are wanting to grow your channel and like get more views, then you have to be doing something different than other people are doing. So. A lot of people say that these days, it's impossible to start a YouTube channel that will like get a lot of views and like can grow like they used to because I'm just too late to start a new channel. But that's not true. There are a lot of new channels that have come out recently that have done very well, and it's because they're doing something that no one else has done. So there's a channel called Life Where I'm From. The guy who runs it, his name is Greg, and he has 2 Japanese children. Like they're half Japanese, half I think Canadian, and so he makes videos where his kids explain stuff about Japan, and his channel exploded because no one else has done that before. There's the channel Tokidoki Emma. She's very, very nice. she's put a lot of humor and personality into her videos, and so she's grown a lot more quickly than other channels making similar types of content. So I would say standing out and doing something that not everyone else is doing is really important. Because once you start putting out content that, like, you know, 3 other channels are putting out, then everyone gets tired of it eventually. So you just have to kind of find your own way. I was really worried in the beginning when we started a channel that I would like run out of ideas and I wouldn't know what to make videos about. But for some reason, that has never happened. Like, video ideas, they just kind of pop into your mind. You don't even have to be thinking about it, but sometimes it'll just literally come out of nowhere and you'll be like, oh, that would make a good video. So that's kind of where most of my video ideas come from. Like, I don't even think about it, it just comes out of nowhere. So maybe my subconscious is just like always thinking about it, and every now and then it pushes something out. It's like, Rachel, do this. But yeah. So good luck. Good luck getting you started.
The Pokemon trainer.
Great, this is for Rachel. I know you lived in Korea for a year for work. I'm about to go to Korea this summer. What was your favorite thing and least favorite thing about being Korea?
So I actually, when I was in the military, I got stationed in Korea, but they canceled my orders. So I never actually moved to Korea. So I visited, but I've never actually lived there before. I visited a lot, and my favorite thing, the trains are a lot cheaper in Korea. They have more American restaurant options if you like really need that like home fix of American food. I like a lot of the fashion they have there as well, although you can't try on the clothes before you buy them on. If you're out like doing shopping at most of the like stores, you'll find it in the big like shopping district cities, you can't really try on the clothes, which is a little strange. But yeah, people have been very, very nice to me there. Like the last time I was there, for example, I was looking for a converter plug because I had one. I needed to work on a video on my computer, but I couldn't plug it into the wall because the converter plug I had for some reason didn't exist. And so some random guy on the street stopped me, and like he just started a conversation with me, and then I asked him if he knew where I could find one, and he took me to 3 different stores until he found one where it had a converter I needed, and then he bought it for me. He was just, it was so nice, yeah. So yeah, that was, I would say, like, a lot of people will talk to you there, which is pretty nice.
And as much as I love my Japanese brothers and sisters, the best onigiri in the world was actually in Korea. It's spicy barbecue chicken. It's inseparable.
Go back.
This one with the knife is nice. And sound a little scared.
Last year, somebody asked Rachel a question that was very interesting. I have a follow-up to that question. So, what's the status of the June body pillars?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No,